Alright guys, welcome back. What I want to do here, and you can let me know in the comments what you think of this, I'm very interested, is I want if there are new sets and new cards coming. We have recently done this with the Yummy cards. You can see the Yummy announcement right in the top right corner. We have a new Yummy card that we also take a look at after this, but I want to go over the new cards coming to the OCG, later on obviously to the TCG and to a Master Duel indefinitely, because I think it's super interesting. I like to see new cards. I always loved this. I was playing Hearthstone before, always loved looking at the new cards coming in the future. And let me know please in the comments, is this something that you're interested in? Because obviously this is not Master Duel content, but I don't consider myself a pure Master Duel YouTuber. I also want to cover other aspects of the game, so please let me know if you are interested in this. And it's time for a divine renaissance of Psychic. So we have some generic Psychic support coming. As you can see right here, there are actually quite a lot of cards that will come in the next major core set here. And then we will also take a look at this additional Yummy card that has been revealed here. If you have not seen the Yummy cards yet, go check them out. I have the video in the top right corner. This is one archetype of the 3 new archetypes that will be releasing in the new selection, or pack building deck building pack, that's how it's called, Justice Hunters. Which these deck building packs are always very impactful in changing the trajectory of the game. But obviously before that we will receive Ryzel and Malice, also 2 archetypes that have been released in deck building packs. So let's start right here. We have the Seijaku no Psycho Girl. This is the name, crazy name. Okay, it's level 2 Earth Psychic Tuner effect monster, and if I remember this correctly, the emergency teleport can teleport in. We quickly have to, can we find other cards here as well, or can we only find older cards? Emergency teleport, because this is something I quickly want to check, because obviously this is a very important card in this context here. We don't have a translation, but I think it's level 3 or lower psychic monsters, if I remember this correctly. But it says level 2 Earth Psychic Tuner, effect monster 500, 300. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name once each per turn. If this card is normal or special summon, you can banish 1 card from your hand, and if you do, special summon a level 4 or lower psychic monster from your deck, except this one here. Also, you cannot special summon from the extra deck for the rest of this turn, except psychic monsters. And then you can also target face-up monsters on the field that have a level up to the number of psychic monsters you control, increase their level by 1 until the end of this turn. Okay, so a very interesting tuner card here that basically, by having the cost of 1 hand card, fortunately this is not for cost, so you don't have to go -1 before you even know whether your effect goes through. So if you banish this card, then your effect will also go through, which is kind of nice. But then you can also just summon some psychic monster here, and they can make a synchro summon. You can also manipulate the level of monsters, so this is actually very versatile. With this card alone you can go into a synchro monster, but you will be psychic locked afterwards, which definitely means that this card will only be usable in generic psychic decks. We have the Kamo no Kara Psycho Minister here, level 3 Earth Psychic effect monster 0 and 2100. You can only use the first effect, or you can only special summon with the first effect of this card name once per turn. If you control a psychic monster other than this, you can special summon this card from your hand in defense position. Extender, always nice. Extenders are always strong, especially if they have some good bonus effects. You can banish this card and 1 other psychic monster from your graveyard, then target 1 face-up monster on the field, banish it until the end phase. This is actually quite powerful, since if you play into an opponent's board, you can obviously special summon this card if you control another psychic monster. Then you can, for example, make a synchro summon, maybe with the other girl that we have just read here, and then you will have obviously 2 cards in the graveyard, which will probably be 2 psychic monsters that you can then use to banish one of your opponent's interruptions on the field. Definitely a solid card, a good extender for psychic. Then we have another rank 3 or level 3, which kind of has the same look as this one. It is the Mental Procedure, and you can see right here we have 2100 stats on this one. We have also 2000, or we have 2200. Okay, I just thought this was like the same as with this one here. A Mental Procedure, level 3 light psychic tuner effect monster. Once again, tuner 1111. You can only use use one of the first and third effect of this card's name once per turn and only once that turn. If this card is special summoned by a monster effect, so for example by the Saijaku no Psycho Girl, then we can pay 2000 life points for cost. So we pay first and then we get the effect. Add one teleport, normal or quick play spell from your deck to your hand or to graveyard to your hand, so we can get the emergency teleport. Very, very strong, a very good card that is very good. Not really starter, but you can start with this, then go into this one and then get the emergency teleport for free. Or we can, if this card becomes banished, we can pay 1000 life points special summon it, because we can use either the first effect or the third effect. Also nice, as we have just seen, some of these cards will banish other cards. For example, we banish with this one, we will also banish with this one, and this can then return, can be used as an extender, and also if this card you control would be used as a material for the synchro summon of a psychic monster, you can treat it as a non-tuner, which is super nice, makes it even more flexible. So I can definitely see a deck consisting of only psychic stuff. We can combine this with the punk archetype, for example, which unfortunately is not the strongest archetype right now, but with these new cards might have some potential. We have the next one, Prototype Psycho Gunner, level 6 Earth Psychic Effect Monster, 2001 5. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. You can discard this card for cost, special summon one level 4 or psychic monster from your hand, or banishment. Okay, I don't like this for cost thing, because that means you will have to activate this and then your opponent can in theory negate this and you have gone -1. Then again, you would need either a hard negate or a ghost spell in order to negate this one, because from your hand, or banishment. No, ghost spell wouldn't work, right? A ghost spell would work, because also can a ghost spell negate from the banishment, or can't, right? So it's pretty tough to negate this. But then again, this for cost isn't the greatest. And then second effect, if this card is in your graveyard, you can pay 1000 life points and banish one other psychic monster from your graveyard, special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. This might be an extender that you play once in your deck. Don't really like it. It is a level 6, so we can, for example, with these other tuners, make a level 9, which is quite nice in the psychic world. And once again, it is nice that this banishment works with all the other cards we have just read. So I guess that's kind of nice. In combination with the other new cards, this is definitely not bad. We have Absolute Psychicker, level 11 light psychic fusion effect monster, 3/4/2/2 materials, 1 psychic synchro monster and 1 synchro monster. Okay, interesting. So can also be a psychic synchro monster, I guess. Must first be fusion summoned. You can only use the third effect of this card name once per turn. If this card is fusion summoned, you can pay 2000 for cost. Obviously, all of this works great together with Psychic and Punisher. Banish all face-up cards your opponent controls. Okay, this is very strong. Remains to be seen, though, how hard this thing is to make. I'm not quite sure. I would assume we get a fusion card, right? Or something else, because teleport fusion. Okay, because I was thinking about how you can fuse this guy and nothing came to mind basically. But this effect is obviously great. Just remains to be seen how hard it will be to make this. But we have to read the fusion card. These materials are not that hard to accomplish, as we just saw here. This card alone, which is a tuner and can summon another tuner, for example this one here, these would already be enough to make this one, right? Because it needs 1 psychic synchro monster plus 1 synchro monster. This should work. I'm assuming this means I can also use another psychic synchro monster, because this is a general clause basically. But let me know in the comments if this is not the case. But very strong first effect, cannot be destroyed by card effects. That's nice, I guess. 3/4, that's not a bad stat line. If this card is in your graveyard, except the turn it was sent there, you can banish it. Special summon 1 level 10 Psychic Fusion Monster from your extra deck. Level 10 Psychic Fusion Monster, okay. So there must be other level 10 Psychic Fusion Monsters. I'm not aware of any right now, but this is obviously quite nice if there are good targets. I guess the first effect is what definitely pushes this card over the edge and makes it quite great. Then we have new synchro monsters, Chin Monku no Psycho Magician, level 5 Earth Psychic Synchro good tuner effect monster, 2, 4, and 500, 1 tuner and 1 non-tuner monster. You can only use first effect once per turn. If this card is special summoned, you can target 1 level 4 or lower psychic monster in your graveyard, or banishment, special summon it, then you can increase its level by 1. Also, you cannot special summon from the extra deck for the rest of the turn except psychic monsters. This is a very nice one. This is kind of like a Hita or like a Dark Promethean Princess that basically allows you to synchro climb up in getting bodies back and using them, for example, for the synchro summon of an even stronger monster, maybe this one, the Metal Cross Demon here. So first effect is definitely good. If this card you control will be used as synchro material, you can treat it as a non-tuner, also very flexible. I think this is a one-off just to climb throughout the stages here. And then we have the next one, the Metal Cross Demon, which is a level 8 dark. So you could make this guy the Magician and then go into the Demon via the Magician. This climbing is always quite nice and it doesn't require extra resources, just the extra deck resources. Level 8 Dark Psychic Synchro Effect Monster Materials, 1 Psychic Tuner plus 1 plus non-tuner monsters, so we can use more if we wanted to. Definitely makes it flexible or more flexible, which is great. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. During the main phase quick effect, you can target one of your banished level 7 or lower psychic monsters, special summon it. Once again, great. This gives us the opportunity to even climb higher, for example, in the level 9 guy maybe. And then during the battle phase quick effect, you can tribute one other monster, gain life points equal to its original attack, and if you do, this card gains that much attack until the end phase. You can tribute another monster, gain life points equal to its original attack. Okay, this could be an additional push with our Psychic and Punisher. Then again, the second effect, I think it's not that great. This climbing effect is kind of nice. And then again, I'm not quite sure whether we want to play this only for this climbing aspect. We have the Psycho Gunner MK2 level 9. Once again, we're making this one Psychic Tuner and more than one or only one non-tuner Psychic monster. We can only use a first and second effect of this card's name once per turn and only once that turn. We can target one banished monster, special summon it to our field. That's nice. You can use this every turn. And during the main phase quick effect, not our main phase, but the main phase, so also opponent's main phase, you can banish one monster from your graveyard and then target one other face-up monster on the field, banish it, then gain life points equal to that banished monster's original attack. That is quite nice because we can banish a monster from our graveyard and then banish another face-up monster on the field, optimally from our opponent's side of the field, obviously, and then we can revive the monster we have just banished. And we can also revive anything here. It's not like level 4 or something. So if, for example, we go into one of our other guys here and banish the card, then we can just revive it with the Psycho Gunner. I think Psycho Gunner very strong. It's just a question how hard it will be to get into this guy, but I think with the climbing boys here, this is definitely possible. For example, this level 5 together with the level 4 that he can summon. So in these new base monsters, we unfortunately don't have a level 4, but there are usable level 4s. We can go into the Gunner. I definitely like the Gunner. Then we have the Parallel Teleport, another card, quick play spell that we can search with this new guy here. And I think that Emergency Teleport is also a quick play spell, if I remember this correctly. You can only activate one card with this card's name once per turn. You cannot special summon the turn you activate this card except psychic monsters. Okay, everything is locking us, but that's no problem. Tribute one psychic monster that has a level for cost. Special summon one a level. Tribute one psychic monster that has a level for cost. Special summon one level 7 or lower psychic monster from your deck or extra deck. And then if those monsters' original level are different, you lose life points equal to the difference times 1000. Okay, interesting. So the tribute of a monster for cost is definitely not that great, but we can also summon from the extra deck. This can be Ash Blossom though, so this can definitely go big minus if we are unlucky. Level 7 or lower psychic monster. So we could, for example, go into this guy, the Magician. It is not properly summoned, but this doesn't really matter because if this guy is special summoned, so we can use it to revive something. I guess the fact that we can also summon from the extra deck makes this card actually quite nice. If we would be able to only summon from the deck, then I think this cost here would be a bit too much. But yeah, this could directly climb into the Magician and then into the Gunner. So definitely not bad going from one card into this quote-unquote boss monster here. And then we have the last card, Teleport Fusion, which we probably can use to make this guy here that can banish everything, which is crazy. Quick play spell card, that's nice. It's like Chimera Fusion. Definitely better if this card is quick play spell. We can also use this on our opponent's turn then to banish, right? Could we do this? If this card is fusion summoned, you can pay, well, okay, we can use it on our opponent's turn. So you can only use the first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn during the main phase. So also our opponent's main phase, fusion summon one psychic fusion monster from your extra deck by banishing psychic monsters from your field and or graveyard as material. Okay, this is crazy. And then second, if your face-up psychic monster special summon from the extra deck is destroyed by battle, if your face-up psychic monsters special summon from the extra deck is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one of your banished psychic monsters, special summon it. Okay, I would already like this card if the second effect wasn't there, but this makes it even better. So we can set up our graveyard, banish stuff, and obviously this banishing gives us a lot of like opportunities and resources for the other cards, for example, for the gunner. But I think the big thing is that we can use the Teleport Fusion to, on our opponent's turn, make absolute Psy-Kicker from the graveyard, that is. And yeah, then basically banish all face-up cards our opponent controls. It's all face-up cards. But I guess if we want to use it on our opponent's turn, this is quite nice, since face down cards will most likely, maybe with Malice, not be super relevant. So I think the fusion is actually quite insane, especially in combination with the new fusion monster here. So all in all, I have to say these cards are definitely nice. Will probably make a psychic deck playable. Will this be top tier? Does this look like top tier support? Not quite sure if I would call this top tier, but these cards are definitely not bad, I would say. But now I'm also interested in your opinion. What do you think of this new support? I'm personally not the biggest fan of the psychic monsters, I have to say, so I'm not super hyped with this. I also didn't like Punk, but let me know in the comments what you think. Also, if you like my content, please consider subscribing, hitting a thumbs up and the notification bell, and we will see each other in the next one.